Welcome to the city of Simi Valley, where even the sign at the beginning of the city, ironically, has death attached to it. This particular person crashed right into the sign at the beginning of the city due to drinking and driving and speeding. And unfortunately, yes, the city of Simi Valley has seen its share, more than its share, of traffic-related deaths due to people who just refuse to drive sober, people who refuse to drive the posted speed limit, people who run red lights on a regular basis, stop signs, a lot of unlicensed 17-year-old drivers who never even get in trouble after they kill somebody. Don't even get in trouble for it. So, yeah. Next time you come to Simi Valley and you pass this sign, just know you're taking your life into your hands, because you could get killed by somebody who's drinking and driving, somebody who refuses to drive the posted speed limit, and somebody who probably doesn't even have a driver's license and won't get in trouble if they crash into you. For example, my good friend Duke, who was killed by an unlicensed driver on the way to my house, 4th of July. The paramedics tried to save him, but unfortunately, internal bleeding, you go pretty quickly. And that 17-year-old who didn't have a license, who took a left in front of him, well, he didn't even get a ticket. Not even a ticket. This is the SUV that hit him. And of course, an SUV versus a motorcycle, yeah. Unfortunately, my good friend did not survive. He never made it to my house that day. And the person driving this SUV that didn't have a driver's license didn't even get a ticket. Duke was a good man. He really was. It's a shame he had to die needlessly. Okay, so right after my friend Duke got killed by the unlicensed 17-year-old on 4th of July, everybody's just getting over it. And then on St. Patrick's Day, a couple months later, whatever, almost a year later, okay, again, this time it's some friends of my son, two of them, a boy and a girl, on their way to school, got killed by an unlicensed 17-year-old. And she ran a red light. Now, everybody was like, a block from where my friend got killed. And unfortunately, yeah, she ran a red light in her parents' SUV. And they charge her with manslaughter, but, she doesn't even serve a day in jail. Not even a day. And she gets credit time served, whatever. And the whole town's pissed off, okay? Because they feel, we all feel that, this girl should have received some type of punishment. And the cops, all they can say is, well, she's got to pay higher car insurance now because, she's got that manslaughter charge. Higher car insurance, wow. Such a punishment for killing two people. Seriously? I think that the parents, and this is where everybody's up in arms, because the parents own the Green Acres restaurant here in this town. And they feel that, that's maybe why she didn't get the punishment she should have gotten, because, she killed two people. And paying a higher car insurance isn't really a punishment. Okay, it's not. And to the parents of those two kids that died, that funeral, those funerals were pretty expensive. Not to mention the pain that they have to encounter not getting to see their kids anymore. So, you know, I feel maybe if your kid kills somebody, especially when they're underage and they're not even going to get punishment for it because they're under 18, I think the parents should be held liable and have to at least pay for the funerals. Basically what the judge said is, in general, when a juvenile, that's a person under 18, is charged in a vehicular manslaughter case, the only options available for the court for punishment are informal or formal probation, which means, you know, community service, speaking to youth groups, what have you. And, yeah, pay a higher cost in car insurance. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you're under 18 and you kill somebody, yeah, you get more than just informal or formal probation. It should be anyway, or at least your parents should be required. Because if you skip school, your parents can go to jail for you skipping school. So if you kill somebody, your parents should at least be required to pay for the funeral. Another fatality in Simi Valley due to a crash. Again, another motorcyclist killed by being struck by a car. This is what happens when you take a right without looking left. Multi-vehicle crash at busy intersection in Simi Valley leaves 15 injured.
Simi Valley injured more than a dozen people this afternoon. It happened at East Los Angeles and Yosemite Avenues just after 3 o'clock. The crash involved at least 3 SUVs and a car. One of the SUVs overturned. Ventura County fire officials say 15 people were treated for minor injuries. They have not said what caused that crash.
Yep, another drunk driver. Again, lost another driver to a car crash. Typical sight. Fucking retards. Yep. Another one of my friends, actually my client, her boyfriend, was killed on the 118 freeway on his motorcycle when a gal who was traveling in the fast lane got a flat tire. And, yeah, driving faster than the posted speed limit. Now, you know, the reason you're not supposed to drive any faster than 65 miles per hour, that posted speed limit on the freeway, is because it's been proven that, you know, if you drive 67 miles per hour and you get a flat tire, you will lose control of your vehicle. And you could die, or you could kill somebody else. And in this case, that's what happened. He got killed because of her having a flat tire while she was driving 75 miles an hour, I guess. So, you know, there's a reason the speed limit exists, because it's been proven that that is the safe speed to be driving at that location where you're at. And, you know, nobody expects to get a flat tire. Nobody expects to see something in the middle of the road where they all of a sudden have to swerve to avoid it. Whatever, you know, drive the posted speed limit. Drive sober. Don't run red lights. You know, you shouldn't need to run a red light if you're driving the posted speed limit. And really, truly, you know, driving is a privilege. And if you've been given the privilege to drive, you should do it right. Seriously, you know, life is short. Don't kill anybody because of your selfish driving habits. And don't get killed because of your stupid driving habits. This gal who crashed into Chewy's didn't have a driver's license, but she just got a ticket for it, despite how much money it cost to save her and repair the building. Two reported injured after a vehicle crash. Yes, another SUV crashes right into the pizza place. I mean, I think maybe if you're driving an SUV, you should be required to get a special type of driver's license, just so you know the dimensions of your vehicle. Yep, here's another one. A truck crashes into the 7-Eleven here. And of course, every person who has crashed through a building, truck, SUV, car, whatever, they all have the same lame excuse that they had mistaken the brake for the gas pedal or the gas pedal for the brake, whatever. It's like their go-to excuse. It's just, okay, it's not believable. Because, especially if you've had a license for over 20 years, come on, they haven't changed the layout on the inside of the cars. I mean, they have computers now, but, the brake is still on the left, the gas pedal is still on the right. They haven't changed that. Steering wheel is still in front. So, yeah, I think that, if you crash through a building, that you should be required to replace the glass and the doors and all of that. Because really, truly, trees don't just jump in front of cars. Buildings don't just jump in front of cars. Okay, so, but drivers that are in control are claiming they lost control. And I find that hard to believe myself because, yeah, I've been driving for 40 years. I ain't lost control yet. But then again, I honor the rules of the road. I stop at red lights. I drive the posted speed limit. I drive sober. I stay in control. Steering wheel, gas pedal, brake pedal. It's pretty easy, actually, if you stay focused. It takes a special kind of stupid to pull off this accident. Yes, sirree. House hit by car. Yeah, way too many houses getting hit by cars. Again, another car into the house. Okay, there's just way too many cars going into houses, going into buildings, hitting pedestrians, hitting other cars, killing people. Just enough. I think part of the problem is really truly because nobody's being punished for running that red light. Nobody's being punished for driving 80 in a 25. Heck, even on this street where I live, and I'm going to show you in a second, there's this one Ranchero. Nice car, okay? Nobody's going to dispute it's a nice car. But the guy driving it's a total fucking asshole because he is driving 75, 80 miles an hour on this residential street, risking the life of the little kids, risking the life of the animals that are just, crossing, whatever. And he's constantly doing donuts and peel-outs. And he's been doing it for 10 years, nonstop, on a daily basis. Has never gotten in trouble for it. Never. And if you do come to Simi Valley, you only have to look around to see all the dents and the dings and all the cars. And a lot of the drivers, I think because they're not getting tickets, and even when they crash their car, they're not being penalized on any level. If anything, they're being rewarded. They're getting brand new cars from their insurance company after they crash their car. I think if you crash your car running a red light, you shouldn't get a brand new car from your insurance company. I mean, yeah, sure, we all have insurance, at least. Hopefully we all have insurance. But I think that really, truly, if you break the law when you crash your car, you should have to not only forfeit getting a brand new car from your insurance company, but you should also have to pay for whatever damages you caused with that car crash and have to pay the city for the fire department and the ambulances and the police department and all the buildings that were affected and the hospital bills of the people who unfortunately happened to be in the car that you crashed into Or was your passenger, even, if you were that selfish as to run a red light with the passenger in your car? I think that if you are underage and you don't have a driver's license, yes, your parents should be held liable. They should have to pay for the funerals of the people you kill. They should have to pay for any of the damages you do. Because, if you ditch school, your parents can be arrested and thrown in jail for you not going to school. So if you kill somebody, then yeah, your parents should at least have to pay for the funeral of the people you killed when you didn't even have a driver's license. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit bitter because I've lost quite a few friends in this town after they got killed due to somebody who was unlicensed. And the people who killed my friends didn't even get punished on any level. And I see a lot of houses being crashed into. I see car crashes. We average 3 to 5 a day here in Simi Valley. So, and my car insurance rates keep going up and up and up and up and up. And I've never had a car crash. And I've been licensed for 40 years. So, car crashes are avoidable. An accident is not avoidable. And I think it's time for the cities to start giving tickets to people running red lights again. To start giving tickets to people driving 70, 80 in a 20-mile-an-hour school zone. I think it's time you start arresting the people who are crashing their car after breaking the law by running that red light, by driving 70 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, whatever. There has to be something for the drivers to fear in order for them to start behaving again, I think. Accident caused by potholes? Yeah, that's forgivable. But a car crash due to somebody who intentionally broke the law by running a red light, speeding, using a cell phone, drinking and driving, of course, that's never good, doing drugs, not having a license, any of the above. You should be sent to jail for at least a year if you cause a car crash due to your actions. I really feel that. I mean, because, if you send somebody to the hospital, you should at least get a year in jail because you made the mental choice to break the law. If you send somebody to the morgue, then you should get at least 5 years minimum in jail. I feel that way. And if you're lucky, and somehow the law decides not to prosecute you when they should, then just know that even if you're getting away with it at the time, eventually karma's going to catch up to you. And you'll deal with your own ordeal later, and it'll all be because you didn't get punished for the people you hurt due to your driving habits that were illegal. It's illegal to run a red light. It's illegal to drive 70 miles an hour when the speed limit's only 25. And, it's illegal to drink and drive. So, save yourself some hardship and save a lot of other people some hardship. Just stop at the red light, drive the posted speed limit, drive sober, and just, have a good day. Just seriously, take driving seriously.